Knowledge is power. Make an impact by learning more. Call us right now for more help at 866-945-8070. Here's a day in the life of yours truly, Seth David. I got up this morning, walked my dogs, headed over to the local Ralph's to pick up my groceries, which I ordered online through their click list program, so they bring it out to my car. Brought the groceries home, came home, made breakfast, made my French roast coffee. Meanwhile, having conversations with my good friend Hector Garcia in Facebook Messenger about some video marketing for accountant stuff that we want to do together. And I am about 7 minutes away from my first session of the day, where I'm going to be helping somebody. Let's see what she wanted help with. It's right there in my calendar, if I can just click through all these calendar prompts. We're going to be talking about recording income tax payments and refunds. The family photos on the wall. This is another part of a day in the life of Seth David. Speaking of, it's time for these guys to go outside. I've been at it for a few hours now, sitting at my desk since their walk. They haven't been outside, so let's go get them. Let's bring them outside. There's Ralphie, fast asleep. Hercules is the most awake and vibrant one. Hey Herky, you want to go out? And this one, Xena, she's my old lady. She's my furry wife. What do you guys think? Hey, let's go. We're gonna go take them to the back door and let them go run outside. I always take my keys so that I never lock myself out ever again. I've done that twice since we've lived here. Both times it's been very expensive. Go for it. Come on, Herky. Go, 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 go. Go, run away, run far away. That's our deck, which we're about to redo. Now I gotta get Ralphie. Come on, buddy. Come on. Ralphie, come, let's go outside. You wanna go out? He's looking at me like I'm crazy. As if we've never done this before. Come on, buddy. Come on. All right, I gotta focus. Ralphie Doodle. See, Herky was waiting for you. And now I've got to go get the blind one. Okay, just finished a session with a client, and in that session I got his permission actually to use excerpts from the video of his session. I record videos of every session that I do with every client that I do it with. Government Street. Let's look at a balance sheet and see. You're going to see how gorgeous that looks now.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. You see that?
I do.
It's just so easy to read that way. Do you agree?
Very much, very much.
But yeah, so this is your model for how to set up all the properties on the balance sheet. This is what they should all look like, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
And now what's cool about this is because I made sure that there's a 1709 in all of them, now you can rely on the filter. If you know you just need to do some work on that property, you just bring up 1709 and boom, look at that.
Well, I want somebody that, the way I always think about this is when I go to the doctor and the doctor is trying to get me in and out of his office as quickly as possible, and he's going to charge me a flat fee, and he has no idea, whether I'm 10 pounds lighter, 10 pounds heavier, 10 pounds more beautiful than I was last year. I don't feel like I get much personal service with those guys. You and I are sitting here face to face, no distractions. I feel like that, we are kind of making the most of this time, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Somebody that is, not as interested in volume as quality. So, okay. Well, that's definitely what I'm interested in. But no, man, that's another great session. I appreciate your time, and I'll get all of these cleaned up per this model, and I'll.
So yesterday I I sent out an email to my weekly list. I'd actually written it a week prior. A conversation I had with some kind of got me fired up about the subject of these lists. And I sort of took aim, not sort of, I took aim at the top 100 Pro Advisor list as one example. And of course, this came as no shock. I kind of figured this would probably happen. You know, somebody forwarded the email to Joe Woodard, who was named specifically in the email because he's the one who puts together the top 100 pro advisor list, which I was using as the example. The bigger picture message wasn't really about that list by itself. It was more bigger picture about just lists in general and how I think it's important that we not get too hung up on trying to make those lists, stay focused on earning a profit, retaining a profit, and so on, so that you can grow your business. And I took a few shots, again, using that list as an example. Anyway, so now I've got an email from Joe saying he'd like to schedule a call and, quote unquote, address my concerns. I have 3 simple goals in mind. Make a profit, retain as much of my profits as I can, and constantly work to improve the lifestyle that I have for myself and my family, which consists of the 3 little furry guys you saw, and my wife, who is and forever always will be camera shy. You'll probably never see her in one of my videos. You might hear her chime in the background once in a while. So she'll do that because she overhears something and she'll say something, usually something funny. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Okay, it's 2:10 p.m. and I still haven't taken a shower yet. Notice I'm still wearing the same clothes I pretty much threw on when I rolled out of bed this morning and went to walk my dogs. Speaking of my dogs, over the weekend my wife and I went out and ran some errands, and I saw this new really cozy looking doggy bed that we bought at Walmart. Actually, the Burbank Walmart is really cool. I always said I'd never set foot in one until they made this one. Anyway, so I bought it thinking, I know that Ralphie loves to hang out behind me while I'm working, but you never know with these things whether they're gonna like it or not. But check this out. I think it's fairly safe to say that he likes it. So, with that said, I gotta hustle and feed these guys before my next call, which is happening soon, I think. Yeah, I've got 20 minutes to feed them. It usually takes about 30. We'll see if I can pull this off. Morning, Ralphie. You like your new bed, buddy? I think you do. I love that guy. It's 3:39 p.m. I fed the dogs. I had to stop in the middle of feeding them to do a 30-minute call with a client. It's a process feeding our dogs. They actually get served in 2 courses. So we feed them the first part, then they go out to the yard, pee, poo, whatever they need to do. Then they come back in and they have part 2. And then 2 out of the 3 dogs need medication with their food, so that's the other part of it. Anyway, still haven't showered. Just another day in the life of Seth David, and I got a call coming up in 20 minutes at 4 p.m. for an hour, 4 to 5. Then I'll probably take a shower, and then I have to get to work. I've got a client that I promised I would finish up a project for him, and I promised it would be finished yesterday. And so then today I told him I would finish it for sure today. For sure!
Thank you for your time, and you have helped me tremendously with this client, and he was my pioneer. He knew that this was all new for me, and I don't like to say guinea pig, so he was my pioneer in helping me get an understanding of all this, and so I appreciate your help.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for the accolades. Okay, it's 5:08 p.m. Still haven't showered today. Letting the dogs out, finished up my last call for the day, and now I'll probably take a shower and then get back to work because I got a project to finish up for a client. And then I'm going to go through all these videos I recorded today just to show you a day in the life of Seth David, and cut that up and probably do a video showing a little tidbit on how I edited this video. And you'll notice that all of this has been shot with my phone. I have very fancy camera equipment in here, and yet I've shot this whole thing with my phone today. There's going to be a little piece from a couple little pieces from Zoom calls that I did today. I got one client's permission to share a tidbit of our session, and a second one as well, who gave me a nice little testimonial. So again, it goes to a day in the life of Seth David. So that will all be done and spliced together and ready to upload, or actually uploaded, or uploading, before I go to sleep tonight. So it's, what time is it? 6 o'clock, just about exactly 6 o'clock, a couple minutes after. I've had a shower and I've set the mood with some ambiance. I've got my diffuser going. It's a little hard to see with this light on, but you see that little diffuser? I love the way it changes colors. We got a little peppermint oil, lavender, and orange together. It makes for a really good combination. I've got my little high protein snack, my cottage cheese. My face is very light because the light from my desk lamp is very bright. That's better. Lighting is like everything when it comes to video, even shooting stills. But now I'm ready to get focused. I have a client whose inventory project I promised would get finished yesterday. Now I got to do it because it's no longer yesterday, it's now today, and it's still not done. I sort of re-promised him that today would be the day. So I'm going to get focused on that, and then after that I got to edit all this video I shot today to give you a day in the life. It's almost 10 minutes after 10 o'clock at night, and I finished my project. And now I'm going to cut up these little videos I recorded today so I can produce this day in the life of Seth David just for you. I've recorded most of my vlog for the day, a day in the life of Seth, using my phone. But right now, what I'm recording at this moment, I'm using the webcam with Camtasia, which I almost never do anymore, because normally if I'm recording and I want live action in the video, even if I'm doing a screencast, I use my Nikon DSLR camera to shoot that live action part. And if you've watched any of my recent videos, you'll see me kind of splice in. Oftentimes you'll have a shot of me sitting in my backyard introducing a subject. Sometimes I do it from in here, but lately I've been leaning more towards doing it out in the backyard. I just like that backdrop better than what I've got here in my office, the plain bamboo shade behind me. Nonetheless, that's how I normally shoot live action, but part of why I'm doing this today is to show some people how easy it can be to put something like this together. You know, it's not hard. You don't need anything sophisticated. If you don't have a DSLR, if you don't have $1,100 to spend on a really good quality DSLR like the one I have, you don't need it. You know, all you need is the very webcam you probably already have on your computer, or one of these. You know, these devices have the most amazing cameras. The one I'm using is the Google Pixel, and I'm probably going to get the Pixel 2 XL soon, because it's been about a year since I got this, and the Pixel 2 XL is out, or it's coming out. Anyway, this is perfectly fine. You don't even need to turn this camera on. I can shut off my webcam and just record my screen, right? Now, looking at this is what my schedule looked like today, right? Over here you can see it. I didn't get up at 4. A lot of the stuff I have on here because it's what I might aim to do, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's what I'm doing. I did get up and walk the dogs. Didn't actually get up till about 7 o'clock, so I just started my day late. I was tired. I felt like sleeping in a little, so that's what I did. I have no guilt about that kind of stuff. I work plenty hard. And then I did all these sessions, and I did this call with Joe as a squeeze-in based on my email that went out as of the day I'm recording this. It went out yesterday, Sunday, October 29th. So I've often thought about doing a vlog, and I've often thought there's no way it would be in any way even remotely interesting, because I just sit here in my office all day. But I guess I'll let you decide. You'll see this. You'll tell me if this is something you would actually want to see more of. I'll be surprised if many of you say yes, but I'd be lying if I said I hadn't been surprised in that regard before, thinking that something I did wasn't so great, and people came out to me and said, in fact, they thought it was wonderful. So anyway, if there's anything I've learned, it's never to assume that I know what your reaction is going to be to something that I've done. You've loved things I thought you'd hate, and you've hated things I thought you'd love. So I shot today's videos almost exclusively with this. I did a couple of screencasts like this segment that you're watching now, using Camtasia directly to record, and I wanted to give you a sense of what this all looks like as I'm about to start editing the video. Now, this is actually a little bit more complex than anything you ever will need to do, but I kind of wanted to do this to put it in front of you and hopefully give you the sense of how easy this can potentially be. So what I've got here are all the videos that I shot. This is a video from Zoom, actually, it's one of the sessions I did today, which my client sort of gave me permission. There was one part of it that he gave me permission to, to use. And the rest of these, all these MP4 files are videos that I shot with my camera. And all we're going to do now is we're going to start adding them to the timeline. And the file names kind of put them in order as long as you're sorted by file name. The order in which they were shot. I also shot some stills, which I know I want to be able to use to sort of supplement things when I'm editing the video. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this part 1 here, which is the first video I shot today with my camera, and I'm just going to drag it into my media bin. And this guy down here is called the scrubber. This kind of says where I'm at in the timeline. I'm going to take that video file and just right click it and choose add to timeline at playhead. And I'm going to go through this and see if I want to keep all of it or if I want to cut any of it out. But this is how the whole editing process begins. And I'm just going to go video by video and probably cut some things down to cut it down. At the end of the day, I want the whole thing to be no more than 10, max 15 minutes, because it's a vlog. It's a video blog, a day in the life. So, for those kinds of things, those are typically between 10 and 20 minutes. I don't want to completely bore you to tears with it, though. So that's the intention, is to keep it to no more than 10 minutes, maybe 15 if I feel like there's just stuff I really don't want to cut out.